I want to tell you guys these two stories that happened this weekend of spirit interacting with me. It both just cracked me up. I love when this stuff happens. Like, spirit never ceases to amaze me. And spirit interacts with me a lot. So first off, on Friday night, I was dropping my daughter off at my parents' house. To make a long story short, I brought these cardboard templates with me to ask my mom a question. So when I was inside talking to her, I discovered that 2 of them were missing, and I didn't know why. I assumed that I dropped them, or that they had fallen at my home by my desk. When I was leaving, I got in my car and I went to shut the garage door because I have the garage door clicker, and it wouldn't shut. Like, I don't know if I accidentally hit the button wrong or not. Like, I thought that was possible, but the garage door wouldn't shut, and I kept hitting the button properly over and over again, and it wouldn't shut. So I contemplated calling my mom to let her know so she could shut it, but then I remembered that while I was inside, her phone overheated and froze, and she turned it off. So it's like, okay, I'll just walk up and put the code into the side thing on the door, for the door. And I opened my car door. On the floor were the 2 templates, the 2 cardboard cutout templates that had been missing, that when I was going through them inside, and they must have fallen out when I got out of the car and I didn't see it. And it was at night, so I didn't see them when I got in the car. And I was like, oh my God, I wouldn't even see that if I didn't like open up the door again to get out of the car. So I bent over, picked them up, put them in the car, and then went to go back to walk up to the garage door, and I went, oh my God. It's like I have clairaudience, so, like whether spirit told me or put the thought in my head or whatever, I go, that's why the garage door wouldn't shut. Like, spirit wouldn't shut the garage door so that I would open the car door and see the templates on the floor. So I was like, let me see if it works now. And sure enough, I hit the garage door clicker and the garage door shut then. I was like, I knew it. I knew spirit did that. Like, I swear to God, spirit does some crazy shit with me sometimes. And I have another story, but I don't have enough time really. I was upstairs, same night. Yeah, I think same night. And no, it wasn't same night. It was Saturday night. Sorry. So I was upstairs last night, and I was just like watching TV and doing some stuff that I needed to do. Oh, I'm gonna have to continue in the next video. So like I was saying, I was upstairs, I was watching TV. This spirit stories, in case you didn't see part 1, a couple stories of spirit interacting with me. So I was upstairs last night watching TV while I was multitasking, doing some stuff in my bedroom. And when I would pause the TV, I realized that I heard another TV, but I mean, it was pretty loud. So I was like, is that the neighbors? But it sounded like it was coming from downstairs, but I was home alone and all the TVs were off downstairs. But it sounded like it was downstairs. So I go downstairs to investigate. And I know, I hadn't even been home. I came home and I had previously left the TV on for the dog while I was out. But that had even, the Roku had reset itself and it was off. And I just turned the TV part off. And then I went straight upstairs. So I didn't do anything downstairs. I go downstairs and there, sure enough, my iPad was playing the last thing I had watched on Netflix. I had not even used my iPad in a day or 2. Because I was out all day Saturday. So I had not used my iPad since at least Friday. It was simply on my desk with the case closed, and all I did when I got home on Saturday was move it from one side of my desk to the other. It wasn't open, nothing. I walk downstairs and I find my iPad with the case closed, with the lock screen on. It hadn't even opened. The lock screen was still on. It just magically started playing the last Netflix show I was watching. And it opened up and you could see, it didn't show the video, but it showed Netflix and like the play button that's showing it was playing, and it showed the little toggle of like where you were in the episode, and I could hear it. I could hear the episode. I was like, how in the actual fuck does that happen? Like, it's not even like I had just been using it and I had barely even touched it. Like, what the fuck? Of course, I immediately like got my pendulum and started communicating with spirit. And I asked, did you do that? And I did get a confirmation that my spirit guides had done that on purpose to get my attention, for me to talk to them. And then they told me the messages that they had for me. But I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, those are some really bold spirit interactions. I feel like because it's the end of October and the veil is essentially gone now, since Halloween's tomorrow, they must have been able to do more than the normal stuff. Usually it's much more subtle. But I was like, whoa, that's like freaking crazy and amazing. Cracks me up. I love it. I love it when spirit does stuff like that.